Turmeric, unrivaled for its scope of benefits. We'll talk about joints and liver and brain. We'll talk about the most exceptional form of turmeric, something that's been used for centuries, of course. But if you Google turmeric, and we said this last night, and you look at what you can find benefits of, it is a long, 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 long list. Turmeric really piques people's curiosity, and Andrew's is delivering maximum benefits. As Andrew's going to talk to us about, most turmeric that you find, you're not getting as much from it as maybe you would hope you are. Now, I want to quickly draw your attention to the pricing, because this was like I'd never seen before at midnight. Obviously, today's special pricing is superb. For the 30 capsules, $17.90. For the 60, it's $27.90. The 120 coming in at $47.90. The 240 coming in at $77.90. But take a look at this. A year's supply, essentially, 360 capsules, normally $199.90. $100 off for the best turmeric that you can buy in the world today. 5 flex pay and free shipping. I think at midnight it was 5 or 6 to 1. Everybody was ordering that larger size. And Andrew, it's quality, it's quantity, it's everything that makes turmeric the best it can be in this today's special.
Yeah, I've talked about turmeric for a long time. It's a relatively recent ingredient in terms of its addition to everyone's spice cabinet. For most people, I'm sure there's some folks out there that, like me, have been looking at this ingredient for more than a couple of decades. But you could go back and you can find a product of mine called World Health, where it's an old product where we combined some of the healthiest ingredients like garlic and turmeric and certain spices. So turmeric was part of that product over probably 25, 30 years ago. So I've long recognized that turmeric was an extremely beneficial ingredient. But turmeric is a challenged ingredient. What makes turmeric so challenging is, as beneficial as it is, naturally it doesn't contain high levels of curcuminoids. And curcuminoids are what makes it beneficial. So the first challenge you have to overcome is, how do you concentrate those curcuminoids? That's actually fairly easy to do. If you look at turmeric spice, the curcuminoids are 1%. If you look at our standardized extract, 95%. 95%, that's almost 100% pure.
Right.
So you can't do any better in terms of delivering the levels of curcuminoids than that. But you think that would make a great product. Super high levels of the most beneficial component in turmeric. But unfortunately, you're only part of the way there. Because the problem with those curcuminoids is they are really poorly absorbed, meaning you put them in a pill, you swallow them, they're going to go out the same way they came in. So unfortunately, you're not going to derive the benefits, they're not going to be absorbed. But there are ways to make them absorbable. What I always say is, the way we do so, we take a page out of the Asian cookbook. Turmeric has been part of the Asian diet, used in abundance in the Asian diet. The way we use probably salt and pepper here, they use turmeric there. So the turmeric they use there when they're cooking stews and things like that, it enhances the absorbability, but they didn't know this, of course, at the time. It enhances the absorbability of the curcuminoids in turmeric. Why? Because when you naturally complex those curcuminoids, those beneficial molecules, with fat, they become absorbable. So of course it makes sense. Let's pick an intelligent fat to complex them with. We looked at omega-3 fatty acids, and we looked at phospholipids. Phospholipids, the principal phospholipid in our brain, phosphatidylcholine, the principal phospholipid in our liver, the 2 critical molecules in the liver and the brain, phosphatidylcholine. It is the perfect fat to complex your curcuminoids, and Mother Nature gives us an elegant blueprint if we just follow it. So by enhancing the absorption of those curcuminoids with phosphatidylcholine, we increased its absorption by over 3,000%. So we took something that was relatively poorly absorbed, turned it into something that's exceptionally well absorbed. Also, when you complex it with fat, it allows your body to hold on to it better. Another problem with standard turmeric and their curcuminoids it contains, another problem is, unfortunately, they get taken out of the body quickly by what's called first-pass metabolism. But when you complex it with fat, it makes it easier for the body to hold on to it and experience the benefits. So our method is the most natural method. There are some less natural wonderful ways to enhance the absorption of turmeric and its beneficial curcuminoids. I prefer the most natural way, and that's the way we deliver it. Also, an extremely affordable way to deliver it.
I think that those reviews that I've read and that Andrew and I have talked about over the years, it's fascinating how people will swear by turmeric and they absolutely think it's the best thing since sliced bread. And maybe you've heard about turmeric, or you've certainly read up on turmeric, you've seen it on TV shows. This is the best that you can buy. And I always talk about that. If you're going to go to the trouble, and it's not really any trouble, but if you're going to go and make the effort to take something for our health and wellness, we want to make sure that that capsule combines the best and the most productive and effective qualities, right?
In fact, Adam, speaking of the capsule, if you open one of those capsules, please, it's a perfect example. If you look at turmeric or turmeric spice, it's a really nice free-flowing powder. And typically all of my products are really nice free-flowing powders. You'll notice that one is kind of a little gunky. It's not quite this perfect free-flowing powder. It forms these little granules. The reason why, that's the phosphatidylcholine. The phosphatidylcholine, when it's complexed with the curcuminoids, I mean, it's kind of fun to be able to see it. That's what makes those granules. It makes the ultra-fine powder that we start with, it makes it clump into these tiny little granules. But that's what makes those curcuminoids more absorbable.
Right.
That's what makes the difference. In any case, the color is still amazing. And in fact, I think it's the Buddhist or Hindu robes when you go to Asia, that beautiful orange color, that's turmeric. So turmeric at that time, back in the day, I guess we had to be industrious with every interesting natural compound we found. So you found a use for everything. So not only was it a wonderful spice, but it was also a wonderful coloring for food, a wonderful coloring for clothing. So turmeric has been around for thousands of years. Traditionally, it's attributed so many health benefits in traditional Asian medicine, in Ayurvedic medicine. And what's wonderful, I love saying this about so many things, we have a little bit of pride and hubris, I think, in Western medicine. And it's amazing how Western medicine continues to discover the remarkable benefits of traditional medicine.
Right.
In fact, so many drugs even are derivatives of natural compounds, things that are found in nature and that have been traditionally used for a long time. So it's exciting to see an ingredient like this, whether you look at it for its soothing benefits to the joints, which even the chemistry of that, how it actually works in terms of those soothing benefits, are well established. Or whether it's detoxifying benefits for the liver, or whether it's its benefits for the brain and nervous system. You don't have to pick. When you enjoy each capsule of our turmeric product, those benefits are delivered to all of the systems, all of the tissues in your body. They're incredible protective compounds, obviously, that are present in this, but how they're targeted to certain systems, like the joints, like the liver, and the brain. But you talked about Googling turmeric and curcuminoids before. Even better than Googling it, if you go to the National Institute of Health, if you go to the research database and you type in turmeric or curcumin and, you just say turmeric and look at the autofill, it will be a list of health benefits or health concerns and issues, and you could click on them and see the research and see the science. And most times the abstracts, the summaries are easy to understand, and you get a sense of the excitement that this ingredient has attached to it. And certainly, I'm no less excited about it today as when I introduced it 30 years ago. And certainly it's caught fire, and you see now every company has a turmeric product, but back in the day, kind of like glucosamine and chondroitin, when I introduced it, no one else had a product like it.
There are many out there, but only one can be best. We believe most firmly that it is this one by far. Last opportunity in this hour to get it. I know our clock is counting down. We know that today's the biggest value of the year because it's the Today's Special. We know that this is the only day this year where you'll be able to get that larger 360 count. Economies of scale, that gives you the biggest value. Just as we've experienced throughout the day, there is a disproportionate number of people ordering the 360 caps because you're saving $100, 4 to 1 right now. So most orders that are being placed placed are for that largest size, but again, no surprise, you save $100, it's free shipping, and it's on FlexPay, $99.90. Turmeric has its own fan club. I mean, it's in a league of its own. And I think there's always that joy when we see it as a today's special, because there are so many people that are wanting to try it out. The minute you open it and you see the distinctive color, you know this is special. Andrew talks about this in terms of Western or Eastern medicine. You talk about being used for centuries. You talk about the history that surrounds it, and how now what Andrew has been able to do is make sure and guarantee that the turmeric that you're going to buy gives you the most. I always think, Andrew, it's disappointing, and I too have seen and looked at and shopped for other turmeric products. Heck, I've seen them here over the years. But when you point out and clarify the difference, to understand that this turmeric is better absorbed, it's mind-boggling.
But what is nice, and I find gratifying, is when I first was talking about turmeric and we did what we did to enhance its absorption, because we recognized it's not going to be well absorbed if it's delivered just plain turmeric. Even if it's 95% beneficial compounds, curcuminoids, it's not going to be well absorbed. And we knew that, and we corrected that, because that's something you have to do. But still, we looked at virtually other formulas at that time. They did nothing. But what is rewarding is to see that now, I'd say the majority of turmeric products in some fashion try to address the poor absorption of the turmeric and the curcuminoids it contains. A lot of times they'll add something called piperine, which is black pepper spice, which I think exerts its absorption enhancing benefits by almost playing an irritating role on the digestive system, which would not be my first choice of how to increase the absorption of turmeric by adding a spice. Especially, one of the greatest benefits of turmeric is that it's soothing for the digestive system. So why would I try to enhance the absorption of those ingredients by adding another ingredient that undermines or that undoes one of turmeric's greatest benefits, is that it happens to be soothing for the digestive system. So we've chosen what I believe is the most natural way, the most effective way to deliver or guarantee the benefits of turmeric.
If I can, Andrew, I'd just love to, I picked out 3 reviews specifically that really caught my attention. I'd love to just share them with everybody, because maybe you can see yourself in what these people are saying, and these reviews are all available online. This first one says, I'm up and moving around again. I had joint discomfort and I heard turmeric working for a lot of people. I use many ProCaps products, so I watched one of Andrew's videos about it. I ordered a small bottle to start. Wow, I quickly ordered a large bottle. I never want to be without it. Look at that last line. I'm living life again. How powerful is that? Terrific turmeric, says Angie. I've been reading up on the benefits of turmeric and wanted to try Andrew's, as he doesn't use so many additives. I have joint discomfort. My right hand is really affected. I've only been taking it for a few weeks and I can flex my fingers. A huge improvement. I'll continue taking this along with other Andrew supplements like vitamin D, omega, and antioxidants. And one last one. My knees are pleased, says Karen. I use over 25 Andrew Lessman products. I trust him with every word he speaks, as his product line has never let me down. They do as intended. My knees and hips, as of late, have been giving me discomfort from my strenuous daily exercise routine. I researched the benefits of this spice, and I don't trust any other source on the planet for true efficacy. I bought the 120 capsule count and was astounded after taking it. Andrew is king when it comes to supplements. Folks, it is the easiest job in the world to stand here and talk about these products with you. From glucosamine and chondroitin to turmeric to calcium, magnesium, intensive care, our third Today special coming up. They are the finest, they are the best. We have to look after ourselves. And in this crazy world that we live in, Andrew, it feels good to be able to trust in something and know what we're getting is the best it can be.
Well, and that's the goal of every product we make. In fact, as much as I love this formulation, we are working on even a superior version of it. Hopefully, we're actually going to be performing a clinical study to validate and compare it to this version before we'd roll it out. So we never stop endeavoring, trying to make the very best product possible. I do that for selfish reasons, even, because I take the product. And so it's something, my mom takes the product. And we were talking about our joints last night with my mom. And it's something that when it comes to turmeric, it is Mother Nature's great gift because it delivers its benefits without all the issues that are usually associated with the kinds of efforts we make to support our joints. So it's healthy. It not only supports our joints when it's exerting its soothing, comforting benefits, but it's also doing the same for our digestive system. It's also doing the same detoxifying our liver. It's also supporting our nervous system and our brain. So I love the fact that with the products I make, unlike, say, pharmaceuticals where you have to warn about side effects, and every pharmaceutical has side effect, without exception. What I get to warn about are the side benefits. You take this for your joints, it's going to be beneficial to your liver. You take this for your digestive system, it's going to be beneficial for your brain and your joints. So it's nice to be able to make ingredients and offer ingredients in the best fashion possible that just provides opportunities for benefits. There's zero harm to be experienced with the products I make. The first rule is do no harm, but all there are benefits to embrace. And with turmeric, a very long list of benefits to embrace.
And I wonder what benefits you will feel and experience, because I'm excited for you to try them, as Andrew is. We always want to point out that there's a 30-day money-back return policy, as is famous on HSN. There is absolutely no obligation to keep it. You're not even paying the full price if you don't want to. Take it home on a flex pay, which is, you know, currently 5 flex pay on all of these, and see what you think. See the difference that it has in your life. And if you don't love it, you send it back for a refund of the purchase price. The reason why we're selling thousands of these is because today the price is not a good value, it is the best value of the year by far. So that's the regular pricing that we'll be looking to revert back to as of tomorrow. Again, really an amazing value for sure, but if you buy it today, the once a year today special, the savings add up very, very quickly. Obviously that $99.90 for a year's worth of supply nearly is just out of this world for the quality, the potency, the power and the purity of Andrew's turmeric. It's just nothing else like it. So take advantage of that one. Again, 4 or 5 to 1 at this stage of the numbers of people ordering it. It is the most limited of all these options, again, because there's a disproportionate number of people saying, yeah, I'm gonna get that, I'll have a go with it. Obviously, I can take it every day and start to see those benefits. Andrew, in closing, before we get to our third and final today's special, how do we wrap up turmeric?
Well, turmeric, it's one of those ingredients that, like so many ingredients, they can be very exciting. I try to be sober when I discuss these ingredients. Hopefully, and I've often been criticized that I don't get nearly as excited about ingredients as they deserve. But I like to speak about them all the same way, sort of in a very matter-of-fact, clinical fashion, go through the science. But just because I speak about it in a very matter-of-fact way doesn't mean it isn't a remarkable ingredient. It's a remarkable natural ingredient. It's not some pharmaceutical company that made it. It's the big guy upstairs that made it, and it has a long list of potential benefits, and it doesn't have a list of potential harms at all. So it's an opportunity to make a difference. And what's great about shopping at HSN, if you don't love it, you send it back. It was free shipping and handling. You send it back. You send it back. You get purchase price back as well. So it's an opportunity to make a difference, experience the best turmeric product you can. And I'm sure once you get this and integrate this into your supplement regime or your healthy lifestyle, you will experience benefits that you won't want to be without.
Let's head into our third and final today's special. This one is something we got to talk about. For me, it's on the list of non-negotiables. We're simply not getting enough. We're not getting enough from our diet. We have